everybody. Welcome back to the Flourish and Thrive podcast. I'm Alice.
And I'm Emily.
And we are two corporate girlies navigating city life and just trying to glow up into the best version of ourselves. And we'd love if you would join us on this journey.
Yes, and if you want to follow us on our journey, we are Flourish and Thrive Pod on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. And we post new episodes every Monday at 7 a.m.
Yeah, so stay tuned. This is actually the first episode we've recorded since going live, since dropping the pod.
Literally so crazy. Like, I'm getting goosebumps literally thinking about it. But like the messages I've had from my friends are honestly the cutest things I've ever seen. Like, you guys listening, I love you so much. This is so cringe and I know, but I honestly cannot be more grateful for the people who have messaged me and even speaking to me in person about it. Like, I went for dinner with some of my friends last night and they were being the absolute cutest. Like, one of my friends has given me like loads of recommendations for like sponsors and
oh my god, stop.
Like,
That's
in
amazing.
the future, like, and it's so wholesome. So yeah, I'm so grateful, and it's just exciting that it's finally out.
Yeah, I know this is just the beginning, guys. I am so excited to see where the future takes us.
Like, we're on Spotify.
I know, that just feels
like,
very surreal.
I literally, I mean, so this episode, I'm gonna chuck it in here, is about manifestation. And I sent Alice this picture. I'd like edited it together of like, oh, this is how our like little podcast thing would look on Spotify.
Yeah.
Really like clunky, like not properly edited together. And I sent it to Alice as a picture. And now that's manifested.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, oh, I am so shook. But yeah, it's very exciting. Very grateful for all of the people who've tuned in so far.
Yes,
thank you so much for listening. And yeah, so what else is new? How have you been?
Honestly, not 100%.
Okay.
I feel like maybe you can hear it in my voice. Like, I think I've got like a bit of hay fever or something.
Oof.
So I hope you can't hear it too much in my voice. But yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. But we get through. I'm not vibrating at the most highest frequency, and we're going to talk all about that in this like later on. But yeah, I'm just not feeling the best, and we have those days. We all have those days. I'm not flourish and thriving at the minute.
But that's okay. Like, you don't have to show up 100% perfectly all the time. Yeah. The important part is that you're showing up and you're trying. And yeah, we can't feel 1,000% amazing all the time, because that's not normal human life. You know, we're human. We came here to experience all the emotions.
Yeah. But how are you? Hopefully you're doing better than me.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm tired. Work's been busy, so I feel like I'm still catching up on holiday from getting back from my holiday. But yeah, I have also been inspired by you, because I have started getting up earlier, like an hour earlier, and going up. I have a little roof space I can do, like very, very lucky I get to do yoga and meditation on the roof.
That's so nice.
I go up there and make time to do that every morning, because it's so important to get daylight first thing in the morning. And then I have made protected time for my content creation.
Oh yes, I love that for you.
So that's my morning before work, before I have to give my time away to someone else. I have this time to work on my goals.
And like you said, that's reaffirming that you're worth it, and like for you, you're doing something for you. Oh my god, I love that for you.
Yeah, that is inspired by you, because you were like, I get up at 6:30 every day. I was like, damn girl, even on your work from home days, that is impressive.
Should we just get into it?
Yeah, because that's enough about our week. Let's get into what you're really here for.
Yes. The manifestation.
Yeah, this episode's all about manifestation. I feel like it's quite controversial, really. Well,
people can think it's a bit of a woo topic. Like, people are like, oh, manifestation, like, shut up. Like, it's a bit like astrology. Like, people are like, oh, they get a bit scared.
People can get very like turned off by it, just by the word almost. Like, it can kind of trigger some people, I think, because some people have such rigid beliefs that like, oh, I'm very like logical and sciencey. Oh, everything has to have a really clear physical scientific backing explanation. But actually, manifestation does have a lot of science behind it. Lots of studies, lots of research behind it.
We are not professionals in this at all, but we're just speaking from our own experience and how we've done some research about it. We're not claiming to be like doctors and sciences of manifestation.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not manifestation gurus. There are a lot of them on YouTube, and we're just basically compiling bits of what we've learned from them and books and whatnot, and just our own personal experience.
Yeah, hopefully convert you to be manifestors in your own life and manifest your dream life.
Yeah, I want that for you. Yeah. And you guys can have that. I mean, yeah, we're always manifesting, so it's just about harnessing the creative power that we have and using it consciously to create what you want in your life.
Yeah, whether we know it or not, our thoughts are always manifesting. You're always creating something new in your life, whether you, like you say, on a conscious level or an unconscious level, you are always manifesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what we're talking about in today's episode. We want to just go back to basics, break down what actually is manifestation, debunk some of the myths about it, and then at the end we're going to give you some practical tips on how you can start to use manifestation in your own life to consciously create the life of your dreams, because that's what we want for you. So stay tuned till the end for that.
Yes, stay tuned. So I've got written down here the Cambridge definition of manifestation.
Go on.
So manifest by the Cambridge Dictionary. I swear it's usually the Oxford Dictionary, but we move anyway. Cambridge definition is to show something clearly through signs or action.
Okay.
Is the definition, like the key definition of manifestation. Obviously, we're going to take it a bit further and really get into what it's about. But that, I think, literally describes it beautifully.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the way I see it is that, like, your manifesting is essentially bringing something that starts in your mind, your subconscious mind, whether you know it or not, or an actual thought in your conscious mind, bringing that into the physical reality, bringing that into the material world. So what starts off as a thought or a belief can manifest physically in your world. So that's essentially what people mean when they say your thoughts create your reality. Yeah. Like, we're always creating our reality in front of us. Our beliefs, our subconscious beliefs, our limiting beliefs. All of that is creating our version of reality that we perceive in front of us. So I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, but how can we all be manifesting our own individual realities? Like, how can I manifest one thing and you're manifesting another thing, and how does that work? But it's not saying that we're all changing the one world in front of us. It's we're changing how we perceive our reality, our personal reality. So, like, you can shift your energy to start to perceive those opportunities and those situations that you want to perceive more. You're sort of training your brain to see those. So there's a thing called your reticular activating system in your brain. So this is the thing, and I don't know too much about the science. This is the area of your brain that sort of picks out specific things. Like when you're, for example, I don't know, have you ever seen something online and you want it, and then you suddenly start seeing it everywhere, like there's tube adverts for it, or I don't know, just it comes up on your Instagram or whatever.
That happens all the time. And do you know what, it happens because I'm always like, oh, it's the ads, they know me, like I've spoken to my phone and it knows me and whatever. But a lot of the time it will sometimes happen where it's not even me doing anything to do with the technology. It's like I will see something on the tube and I'll be like, I was thinking about that the other day, like how is that here? What's going on? But it's always been there. I'm just now noticing it and bringing it into my reality. Yeah,
that's it. So yeah, that's your reticular activating system picking out those opportunities and those things that you were focusing on, and tuning out the rest. I mean, obviously we're perceiving thousands of things all the time, every day, but we don't focus on all of them.
Our brain would go into overload.
I know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's how our brain focuses down on the things that are important to us. So that's kind of a neuroscience-y perspective of a manifestation.
No, but that's really cool though, because it's a lot of people, like we said before, just think manifestation's all woo and like, ugh, they don't really believe in it. But like you say, there are literally ways you can bring things into your life. Like it is, like you say, backed by science. Like it doesn't have to be just woo and like all this and that.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the basic principle of manifestation that you kind of need to understand before we can go any further is that everything is energy. So, and that's, obviously backed by science. We know, we're taught in GCSE science that
physics.
Yeah, everything's made up of atoms. Everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. That's everything in the world. Me, you, the things you're trying to desire, the things you're trying to manifest, the thoughts you're having in your mind, they're all vibrating at a certain frequency.
Yeah, I think it's something like an atom. I can't remember the exact percentage, but an atom is like 90-something% space, like free space,
yes,
like all the atoms that we're made up of, all the atoms that the whole world is made up of. It's 90 something, like I think it's like 98%. It's something crazy space. Like there's only a very small percentage of an atom that's physical stuff. And so what is in that space? Vibrations and energy. And I think you were saying like your thoughts are energy and vibrations, and you can put that out into the world. So, cool.
So like your thoughts all have a specific energy. So a high vibrational thought, like I can do anything, I'm feeling really great, I can have anything I want, like I'm so grateful. That's a really high vibrational thought. Like I'm so grateful. You know, when you can like feel that in your heart when you're thinking about something you're grateful for, that vibration,
and then it like transpires in your body, like you can feel it. Like literally when I was just talking about how I'm so grateful for the people messaging me, I was getting goosebumps. Like you can feel it. Like it's crazy what your body can do.
For sure. It's all connected. So like a high vibrational thought like that is going to have a completely different energy to a low vibrational thought like, oh, I'm not good enough, or why is this happening to me, all of that. That's obviously you can feel that in your body, like you're saying. That's completely different vibration and different energy.
And you can feel that negative vibration as well, like it hurts in your chest, in your stomach. You can feel like the tension. Your body will react to those thoughts that you're having in your mind. It's great. It is. Like I'm sure everybody's probably experienced that. Like when they're having good thoughts, they're happy, their body's feeling great. But then when they're having negative thoughts, you like tense up and you feel like closed, and you just doesn't feel good.
For sure. Knowing that everything is energy, the important thing to do if you're trying to manifest something into your life is to try and get yourself onto that frequency of which that thing that you desire is vibrating. So for example, if you want to manifest more money into your life, you need to sort of do things that get yourself on that vibration of someone who has an abundance of money and feels financially free and like feels free to do whatever they want and just feels abundant. So it's manifesting is essentially doing what you can to get yourself on that frequency, because the feeling is the secret. That's what they say, isn't it?
The feeling, like it is the way you feel. It's just more that mindset of like when you're thinking about it, don't be like, oh no, I don't have this. Like it's that
the scarcity mindset, the lack mindset. That's the thing. Like you need to, if you want an abundance of money, you need to feel abundant. You can't feel like, oh, I must sort of like tighten the purse strings and like, oh, money's hard to come by and it's, I'm struggling, I'm broke, all of this. It's the story, it's the narratives you're telling yourself in your mind. Like, oh, I'm broke. Like, stop saying that.
No more I'm broke over here.
So like we were saying, the feeling is the secret. Like, that is the power. Like, thoughts alone, I mean, we can say, you need to have positive thoughts to manifest, but you can't just think, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. Because, I mean, thoughts alone are only going to do so much. The real way you can supercharge your manifestation is feeling it in the body. The goal is to get yourself into the feeling state of how you would feel if you had that thing. So, for example, if you're trying to manifest a relationship, sit for a moment and try and close your eyes and think, how would you feel if you were in that loving relationship of your dreams? You'd feel loved, you'd feel wanted, you'd feel safe, you'd feel peaceful, all of those lovely feelings. And the key is to feel that now. Feel like you've already got that thing. How would you feel if you were that person in that reality that had the relationship of your dreams? And feel into that, sink into that feeling. And I think that's the key of manifestation. Is
for sure
anything you can do to get yourself into that feeling. And that's where the techniques come in. I mean, I'm sure you've seen on TikTok, there's lots of
so many techniques, like all sorts of stuff. There's something about professional athletes. So they do training. They don't just train physically, like I think it's for running. They also train mentally and feel that feeling of how they're going to feel when they cross the finish line. Because there's something in your brains where your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and thought. Like that's why a lot of the time when you're having like anxious thoughts, you feel it and it's so intense and over the top.
It feels real.
And it feels so real, but you can use that to your advantage where, so like going back to the professional athletes, they will think as if and feel as if they're crossing that finish line in first position, and their brain is already creating those pathways as if it's already happened, and your brain just doesn't know the difference. So, which is just crazy. And then it makes it more likely and probably that they will manifest that into their reality, because they have trained their brain already and they know it's already going to happen. It's that knowing. It's like, that is happening.
The unwavering faith that like it's already yours. Like, you have to believe that it's yours now. You've got to be a bit delulu, right? Like,
being delulu is fun though.
It is. Like, why not? It's not harming anyone. Just, really anything you can do to get yourself into that feeling that it's already yours, and knowing that it's coming / it's already here. Like, I mean, you can do all the principles and do all the techniques that you want, but if there's like a low-key belief in the back of your mind thinking manifestation's bit of BS, like I don't really think this is gonna work, but I'll give it a go and I'll go through the motions, that's obviously not gonna work. Like, whatever you think is true will be true for you. So there's this quote that I really love by Wallace Wattles, who's the author of The Science of Getting Rich, and it says, to think what you want to think is to think the truth regardless of appearances. So basically, what you assume to be true will be true for you. So if you're assuming manifestation is a load of BS, then probably it will be for you. You're never gonna be able to manifest from that place. But if you start with the assumption that I can have anything I want and manifesting is easy for me, then it will
happen for you.
It is all in your assumptions, in your beliefs about yourself and the world and other people in the world. That is the basis of everything, really.
And I think you said something right. I can't remember what it was, but it's like your thoughts become your what is it?
It's like your thoughts lead to your feelings lead to your behaviors and actions, and the actions is what bring about the result. Because I think definitely there's a misconception in manifesting that it's like wishing for something and it will just fall out of the sky magically.
And it'll happen straight away. Like, I'm going to manifest this once and be like, I'm thinking it, right, where is it?
It's not just waving a magic wand. You have
I wish it was.
I wish it was that easy. And sometimes it can be.
Low key,
but
you've really got to feel it and believe it.
You've got to feel it, and you've got to, that feeling will lead you to take inspired action. You have to take action. Like, it's not just going to fall out of the sky. Like, I think I heard somewhere on another podcast that it's like, think about, so many people wish they would win the lottery, but never go out and buy the ticket. So that's like a really good example of how, like, to manifest something, you have to not only think the thoughts and feel the feelings, you do have to take that inspired action. But I think getting into the feeling state of what you want and feeling inspired and motivated, that then the inspired action will naturally come. When you're in that vibrational frequency, the opportunities and the doorways of opportunity to what you want will just naturally open. Like, the people that you'll just start to meet people that will bring those opportunities to you. Like, it just seems to all happen very seamlessly when you're in that vibration. So taking action is an important part, but it all starts from that feeling.
So like the feeling is so important. And like, going back to as well the kind of abundance mindset as well, you have to really feel and kind of be grateful for what you already have.
For sure.
So currently I am reading, I'm doing almost like a course with like this group chat that we've got going on, where we're reading The Secret by
Rhonda Byrne?
Yes, that's it. And it's basically it's a full 28-day course where you do a different practice every single day to bring about, they call it the magic in your life.
Cute.
And literally the first number 1 day is about being grateful and gratitude. And they say, so every single morning for the next 28 days, I have to write down 10 gratification, like things that I am grateful for every single morning.
Love that.
And if I miss a day, I have to go back 3 days. But we're not taking it that serious. If we miss a day, we miss a day. It's fine. But I've done it every single day. sometimes I've been in such a rush and I haven't got to the 10, but it's just so nice to feel that gratitude and feel that abundance mindset, because you're grateful. Like, I'm even thinking about how I've already subconsciously manifested stuff into my life. Like, I remember back when I was 15, 16, my mum and I would be coming to London all the time, and I just remember thinking, wish I could live in London. Like, how cool is that? Like, London's such a big fun city. Like, I live out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere and I have to drive everywhere. And this was probably when I was like 17, 18 maybe now. But like, I was thinking like, I live in the middle of nowhere. I can't wait to live in London because it's going to be so good and I could just get the tube places. And look at me now.
It's your life.
It's my life. I've already subconsciously manifested
did that.
But I've, like you said, taken the action and put it into practice. Like, I've applied for this job here. I've got my job. I've applied for these things and I've put those actions in. It's not just me sat thinking at home like, I wish I could be in London.
Yeah, no, gratitude is so important. I think it all helps you get onto that frequency of abundance. And when you're grateful for what you already have, it just brings you more things to be grateful for. Like, naturally, that vibration that your energy is on is going to bring in more things to be grateful for. And so like every day in my journal, I'm writing out. I mean, it's very repetitive, but like, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my lovely friends. I'm grateful for all of the lovely things in my life. And like, no matter how small, like, everyone will have one thing to be grateful for. Like, it's just having the mindset and the perspective to see it. It could be the tiniest little thing, your health, or just, the weather today, or, any little thing. The importance is really taking, like, not just going through the motions and writing it out, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this, but take a moment and really feel it, because that's where the magic happens.
Yes, that is the magic happens in that time. Like, there's, in the book, I keep going back to The Secret, but there's one where it's like talking about how to feel grateful for your body, like that your eyes can see things, like you are seeing right now, that you can feel certain things, that your body can like walk you places, that you have the ability to do things, and it's just feeling grateful for that, because and then you'll be able to bring more stuff into your life, and it's just it's so nice. Like, feeling grateful for that is just it's the best. It's the best feeling. Yeah,
it's the feeling. The easiest way to manifest is to feel that. If you're feeling like, oh, there's nothing good in my life, like, why is this happening to me, blah blah blah, you're never going to really successfully manifest something from that.
And also, it's gonna, like, it will bring in more negativity. Like, if you're just thinking like, ugh, like, I know I've had days where, say for example, I've been at work and I've had a bad day. It just keeps like spiraling downwards.
Yeah, it just attracts more, doesn't it?
It attracts more of that kind of negative energy in your own head. But whereas if you're having a good day, it just kind of goes up and up and up. And you can just change that with a simple thought. I mean, I know it is hard sometimes. Like, it's hard, but you can just flip it. Like, flip the situation and bring about more good things into your life.
That's the principle of the law of attraction, which I think is probably the common buzzword that people have heard of around manifestation.
Law of attraction.
Yeah, like attracts like. So yeah, if you're feeling good, you're going to attract more things to feel good about. If you're feeling bad, you're going to naturally attract more things to feel bad about. And I know that can be quite a stressful thing to realize. Yes. Like, when I think, if I'm in like not so great of a mood, I know I can feel a little bit guilty, like, oh God, I'm going to start manifesting more bad things into my life. Oh no, I need to get out of this now. And it can
just be a bit of a spiral in a way.
And just make you feel more shame and more guilt and more anxiety. But it's important to know that, like, it's not about toxic positivity. No. Like, it's not just about, I'm feeling like crap, but I'm just going to think happy thoughts and I'm going to pretend I'm fine and like,
fine and it'll be great.
Yeah. You can't fool yourself like that. I mean, you need to, if you're feeling down, that's okay. Like, feel the feelings fully. Don't suppress them, because they'll obviously just come back up later. You have to like move through it healthily, journal through it. Just let yourself feel that low vibrational frequency. And the more you lean into it, the more quickly it will pass. And that's not to say ruminate on it, obviously. I know that's easier said than done. But yeah, it's just to say, if you're feeling not 100% great, that's okay. You can still manifest. Like, you don't have to be feeling 1,000% amazing all of the time, because that's not natural. We're human beings.
No, for sure. And also, it's like, you don't ever experience those like really low lows. You're never going to experience those really high highs. That's because, so for example, if you're positive all the time, like, what is positivity then? Like, what is happiness then? If you're really positive and on that good vibrational frequency, if you can't experience those really low lows, like, what is the difference? You kind of need to go through that, like you say, feel those feelings deeply and be a bit more like, understand those feelings, and then have that contrast to be able to have the great times in your life.
Like, that's so
that
true.
Contrast is
that's what we came here to experience, isn't it, as human beings? The full spectrum of emotions. It's all part of the journey we're on. So yeah, it's not realistic to be 1,000% amazing all of the time. I used to think that was what manifesting should be, and it was quite exhausting. Like, I know that's not realistic anymore. It's okay. Cut yourself some slack. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. We're human.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Have you ever had a coincidence?
Have I?
Does a coincidence exist?
Well, I have another great quote.
Yes.
From Albert Einstein. He said, "Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous." So it's like nothing's a coincidence, really.
No,
like
I fully believe that.
I fully believe that like you are always exactly where you're meant to be. You're always on the right path.
Yeah.
Like I think that every moment is being, if you want to get really woo-woo, which I always do. The universe, I like to think the universe is always curating the exact moment in front of you, like perfectly for you, for your journey, for who you're meant to become, your highest good. I think you're always where you're meant to be. Even when you feel like crap and things feel awful and you're like, how am I going to get out of this? This sucks. It's all leading to you to where you're meant to be. So there's no coincidence. Like, I truly believe that like everything happens for you. And I think that's a really great belief to get into. Because then even when the bad things happen, you're like, this is okay. It's making me stronger. There's no coincidences. It's exactly where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
So...
No, I fully believe that. Because it's like, there's so many universes out there. Now, this again is getting very woo.
Oh, I love this though.
But like, that for you to not think that the universe has an impact on your life. Like, I love astrology. Like, I'm not fully into it, like I really want to get more into it, but for you to think that the universe and the reality that is around you doesn't have an impact on you is crazy in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because like the situation where you are now is just like it's been curated perfectly, like for you, whether it's God, whether it's the universe, whatever it is you believe in. Like, yeah, I think it's the, like you say, the moment in front of you is where you're meant to be at the exact time.
Yeah, I love that. I mean,
really
it's
like
my
that.
phone wallpaper to remind me.
I love that.
So in answer to your question, have I had any crazy coincidences?
Oh,
Well, I don't think they're coincidences, like we've just discussed, but I think they are...
They're manifestations.
It's manifestation. It's a
Signs
nudge
from the universe.
A nudge from the universe that you're on the right path. So for example... Boy talk
situation.
So, lol. Sorry if you know who you are if you're listening to this. Hello.
Hiya.
How's it going? You're right. I was having a little bit of a situationship with this guy.
We know the situation. I'm sure the girls out there have always all had a little situationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Been there. So yeah, he was a mate, and then we were kind of exploring if it could be anything more. And I was really starting to feel in my gut that it wasn't right. We weren't right for each other. And yeah, things were starting to go a little bit skew-whiff, shall we say. A little bit pear-shaped, that's the one. So I said, I put it out there to the universe. If we're not meant to be together, show me a pink elephant. And I was like, because I kind of didn't really want to have to like take action and like break up.
I remember you were saying like, oh, I'm enjoying this and it's good fun.
It feels comfortable, blah, blah, blah. But like, I know it's not right for me in my gut.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to have to take the action. So I was like, I'm going to set like a really crazy sign that will never happen.
Like, who sees a pink elephant?
I know, like, it's just not a thing.
Like, it's just weird.
So that day that I did that, I lost my phone. Like, no, my phone got stolen. It was one of those snowballing things where bad things kept happening. Like, I was obviously not in the best vibration. But yeah, that day, phone got stolen. And then we were trying to sort it all out. And I looked down, and the guy I'm in a situationship with, I kid you not, was wearing socks with pink elephants on them. And I was like, sorry.
Sorry, what?
It actually blew my mind. I was like, this could not be any clearer. Like, pink elephants, that's actually mental.
Like, for you to put that literal sign, be like, right, I need to see this right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know, actually blew my mind.
And then it's like, as well, like you say, it's just like such a random thing as well.
What a...
Like, I had a similar-ish situation.
Like this. Go on.
So there was something that I was thinking, and I was like, oh, okay, just show me flowers. But I was like, okay, no, like flowers is a bit of a random thing. Let's say something else. But then I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I just put it as like a throwaway thought, and then just went on with the rest of my day.
Yeah.
About a couple of minutes later, I logged onto Instagram. I saw this girl who she usually posts like fashion content, right? She posted this whole like you know those carousels, it's like photos, just all about Columbia Road, the flower market. And I was like, okay, this is a kind of coincidence, maybe, whatever. And then I went out at lunch on my balcony, and I kid you not, there's like people walking past my flat with like bunches of flowers. And it's like, it's all of that happened within like a really short space of time. And it's like, okay, maybe am I noticing it now more? But it's like, it just feels like two things in too close succession after me thinking that, to be like, no, this, you are meant, this is the way that you're supposed to go.
I love that.
It's really weird.
Yeah. And even if it is just your brain picking out more, then that's really you know deep down what you want and the way you're supposed to go, because that's what your subconscious mind is focusing on.
Yeah.
So either way,
you have
you're on the right
manifested
path.
it into your life.
Whether you want to take from a more neurological perspective or a more sort of universe, spiritual perspective. Either way, it's getting you to where you want to go.
Yeah.
I love that. I love talking about crazy things like that.
It is crazy though how the universe works. I honestly think it's mad, because you had that literally on the weekend, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I have felt like I've kind of fallen off a little bit in my manifestation recently. Like there was a point where I was like very clued up on it. I was watching YouTube videos all the time about it. I was reading books about it, and I kind of knew my stuff. But I feel like recently I'd maybe forgotten a little bit more. So I decided to start affirmations again. We'll talk about affirmations in a second. I started affirming to myself literally just for one morning. I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to keep affirming I'm the luckiest person ever. Wonderful things come to me. Yeah, it's on Emily's wallpaper.
My wallpaper is, I am so lucky, everything works out for me.
Yeah, I love that. And that's literally what I was thinking in my head. I was just really feeling into it, like, God, I'm so lucky, like just being Delulu, just literally walking to my dance class being like, I'm so lucky, things just come to me so easily, it's great. And then I just forgot about it. I did it for a bit and then just let it go and went on with my day. And then that evening I went to this work event, and we had a raffle, and like no one on our table was doing very well. We bought lots of raffle tickets because it was for charity and all of that. And we were like, oh boo, no one's doing that well from our law firm that I work at. And then they were announcing the last prize, and I just thought in my head, I'm so lucky. Like things just happen to me. Wonderful things just come to me easy. I'm so lucky. And I won the top raffle prize. Like out of there was hundreds of people there, and I was like, it actually blew my mind. I was like, that was so easy. Just the fact that day I had started reaffirming to myself this and feeling into that lucky girl syndrome,
lucky girl energy.
Yeah, that really blew my mind. So that just reaffirmed to me that this stuff works.
It does. It really does.
You have to believe it works for it to work for you, but then it works.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love it so much. Should we talk, because you mentioned about affirmations.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you want to talk about affirmations? I feel like you're a bit more clued up on it than I am, but to be honest, I just love listening to affirmations, even if it's just just makes me feel comforted.
Affirmations are a powerful tool. It's another one of those things you can use to get into that feeling state. Like we say, the feeling's the secret. All of these techniques to get into the feeling of what you want, to align with what you want. So affirmations are just sort of statements you can say to yourself in your head or listen to really rewire your subconscious mind to get into the feeling state of what you want, to believe that you are the person who has what you want. So I'm a lucky girl. You know that song that's like, I'm a lucky girl.
What's it?
It's so good.
And then there's that other one. It's like, I am wealthy. I am
yeah.
wealthy. I am Dutch.
Yeah, so good.
But they are great. Just believing what you are. I've used affirmations in saying I am an accountant.
Yes.
Because I'm doing my SEMA exams and I am an accountant.
Yeah, you literally are.
I will, and I've passed. Did I tell you? I passed my exam on the weekend.
Legend, amazing. Well
done. I can't remember if I told you or not.
No, you didn't. Oh, well done.
That's
amazing.
So, I got my results Tuesday, so 2 days ago. And I was just at work and I was like, I got the email being like, oh my God, the exam results been published. I went on sneakily on my phone because I didn't want to show everyone at work. And then I was like, oh, I passed to my manager and everyone. But yeah, no, it was good. And then, I affirm that to myself. I am an accountant. I also say I am a content creator.
Yes.
I also say these things, and it because that is my reality.
Yeah. The more you affirm that to yourself, the more, even if you don't believe it at first, you can say all you want. I don't know, sometimes things can seem really far-fetched at first. if your self-confidence is on the floor and then you're saying to yourself, I'm a goddess, I'm a queen, I am beautiful, I'm stunning, like men fall at my feet, like that's probably not going to feel right in your body at first because you need to work at it. But the more you do it, the more natural it will feel. And so neuroplasticity is, obviously a real thing. You can rewire your subconscious mind. Our neural pathways can be changed. We know that. You can change them, mold them if you really do the work. And affirmations are part of that work. Another way to get into that feeling state is scripting. Have you done that before?
No, yes, no, maybe. I've done journaling, but when you say scripting, what go for it. Tell me, I'm learning as much as the listener is now as well. Go for it.
So this is it's journaling essentially. It's just writing out your day or whatever as if it's already happened, writing how grateful you are, writing the feelings that you're feeling right now, that you've got that thing. It's writing out how you'd feel, how your day would go in as much detail as possible if you already had that thing. Writing in the present tense as if it's already happened. Yes. So I did this a lot when I was manifesting my job that I'm in now. I would write, what the day in my life would look like in the office. Oh, I love my friends, they're so nice. Like going into like loads of detail, like I'm so grateful to be in this office, it's so cool. Like, and also writing out how I would feel when I got that acceptance email. Literally the exact wording of the email that I had in my mind when I was manifesting this was the exact wording on the acceptance letter. And like feeling, I took the time to really feel into that relief and joy and excitement, and picturing, because I lived at home at the time, picturing running into my dad's office and being like, oh my God, I got it. And that exact thing happened. And those feelings that I had created when I was manifesting really happened. So that's a really powerful thing you can do.
So
scripting.
powerful.
Scripting's good.
I think there's another one, which I think a lot of people will probably be quite familiar with. I think a lot of people do it kind of like at the beginning of the year. So a lot of, I have it as my background every single day, is vision boarding.
Yeah.
So, this is fun.
So fun.
I love vision boarding. You can literally just scroll through the Pinterest for hours and just look at the things you want in your life, and basically having it there front and center, and just reminding yourself like what it is that you're really wanting, and just seeing it there as a reminder is so lovely. But I think it's also something really important to say, like a lot of people put the wrong things on their vision board, right?
Oh, right.
So say for example, you're going out crazy, you want a yacht.
Yeah.
You want like a yacht in the ocean, so you put a picture of a yacht on your vision board. It's like a beautiful, like big old thing, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the boat that I own. But you are not going to have, if you have that yacht, you're not going to be sat on the shore looking at it from that perspective, are you?
Oh yeah.
So you don't want a picture of the yacht from the shore on your vision board. You want a picture of you sat having your lunch from the yacht.
Oh, like a
you
POV.
Want a POV picture of your yacht. So say for example on my vision board, I have the picture of like driving the car, so it's from the girl's perspective of her driving the car. It's not my car from the outside. I have the perspective of it. You are that person, so you are already internally visualizing that thought of that's where you are, rather than it being
you're looking
at it, because that's not where you are. Like that's not going to happen if that's like you're looking onto it. That's always in the future for you if you're looking at it. Whereas if it's, say for example, like these are all POV shots that I have on my vision board. So say for example, I've got a picture of a place in London that I really, really want to live, and it's a POV shot of the balcony onto this view that I want.
How did you get that? Where did you get that picture from?
I scrolled through Pinterest to find the things.
You see, you got to do the work, guys.
But I think it's important to say, like, vision boarding can be quite almost demotivating. Because if you put something which is like really far off in the future, it can be a bit like,
overwhelming.
And you're like, oh, that's like, I'm really far away from that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's also important to like, so say for example, I've put on, it's not on this one, but it's on my wallpaper of my laptop. I've put a picture of me when I got my bag that I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I see that picture and I'm like, I remember that feeling. Because my mum, it was really cute. She actually like videoed me on her phone whilst I was like paying for my bag. And it's just like remembering that feeling. Like, I have had that feeling and I can manifest this more money into my life. And I think putting those kind of more personal things that, say, for example, have happened onto your vision board, I think is also a really good thing as well. Like, yes, obviously put the yacht if you want the yacht, but like, don't make it feel too far away where it will almost have the opposite effect.
That's such a good tip, actually. I've never heard that before. And also, interspersing things that evoke a strong feeling from your past. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Another really valuable tool. Yeah.
It's really good. I love it. Good tool.
It's just fun. It's like a scrapbook date with the universe.
I love it so. I love that.
I don't think I came up with that on my own.
No. So I think vision boarding is really, really a really good tool, and I love it so much. But I think we want to leave you with one more thing. Yeah.
So we promised you a step-by-step guide on how you can manifest, a beginner's guide to manifesting, if you will. Starter pack. So here we are. I've written this down on my phone. So these are what I think, personally, like we say, we're not experts. These are what I think are the most important steps. So step 1, you need to get really, really clear on what it is that you want, or the kind of person that you want to become. You need to have that clear intention, because
clear
if you're
vision.
If you're just trying to manifest anything and you're not really clear on why you want it, or you know what you're really trying to achieve, then it's going to be quite hard. So that's
pointless.
The first step.
It's pointless. You're not ever going to know what you want.
Yeah. And sometimes people are trying to manifest a certain specific thing, but they don't want that. They want the feeling it gives them. So like, they want a new car or whatever, but actually they want to feel, you know, rich and abundant, or, you know, they want a relationship, but they want to feel loved. So it's getting clear on why you want the thing. Yeah. Getting a clear vision. That's the first step. Step 2, get into the feeling state of how you would feel if you already had that thing. If you were the person who had that thing, how would they go about their day? How would they behave? What thoughts would they be thinking? What feelings would they be feeling? Just be that person now. That's really important. And like, that's where the affirmations come in and all of this, to really get you into that feeling of becoming that person. So once you've got into that feeling state of who you want to become, the things you want to desire, then that's when taking inspired action comes in. So this is when you're going to naturally start noticing more opportunities. The people coming into your life are going to start providing you more opportunities. Like, you know, it might not happen instantly. That's the thing. A lot of people put like strict time limits on their manifestations and expect it to happen instantly, but it will all happen in perfect timing. You just have to have that faith that it's coming. That's when you start taking inspired action. And then finally, the last step, and the most important one, is having unwavering faith that it is coming. It is yours. Yeah, that was my little whirlwind tour, step-by-step guide. So hopefully that works. But if anyone has any questions or anything we want to elaborate on, we definitely have a lot more to talk about on this.
Like, our Notion note on this is so chaotic, but I love it.
So long.
In the best way.
It's like a massive brain dump. Like, we're so passionate about this.
We are. Our Notion is crazy. I love our Notion. It's so cool.
Me too.
But, we have so much to say. So please, if you are interested in manifestation, like, let us know, because we really want to. We can do so many episodes about this.
Oh, big time.
It would be so interesting to hear your guys' thoughts and what you wanna know more about. Like, send us some questions, and if you've got any questions, we can reply and talk about it, basically. Yeah.
So I think that's probably a good place to leave it.
It is a good place to leave it. Oh my gosh, this was an incredible episode. Like, gosh, look at us go. But
oh my god.
We started this on, I personally started this on like a lower vibrational, and I had this limiting belief where I was like, oh, this is not going to go well, but look at us, we've done like I'm feeling so much better.
It's amazing. Like, it's so good. It proves how you can shift your vibration. Nothing is permanent. If you're feeling on a low vibration, that's okay. There are things you can do to shift it. It will pass. And I love that.
It's so good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Like I said in the beginning, please do follow us on Flourish and Thrive Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow us on the socials, and stay tuned for our next episode, Monday, 7 a.m.
So tune in every Monday morning, 7 a.m. Start your work week off right, corporate girlies. And we are so excited to be rolling. We're live on Spotify, and it feels amazing.
It's so crazy. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching if you're on the YouTube. And
see you next time.
Bye guys. I am wealthy, I am healthy.
Yeah, I'm rich, I am a bitch. Said,
Is he the Apple guy, or is that Newton?
he's theory of relativity, E equals mc squared.
Main thing there.
Sorry.
Einstein.
Yeah, from Albert Einstein.